Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So before this video starts, I just want to mention that in a few days I will be reading and uploading the other versions of the novel where I just with no commentary and I try to read it professionally. I've just been busy with work and I haven't had time to do both at the same time, like read my reaction to it and then do another more professional version. So I should be able to do it in a few days, but for now I hope you enjoy this chapter and let's get started. Chapter 4. Dad's garage is a lawless land, a graveyard for hobbies gone sour. There's a shelf full of action figures he started and stopped collecting for years. Oh, what? Okay, yes, full stop, sorry. But he started and stopped. Collecting the year I went to college and an old motorcycle he's definitely never ridden. I nearly tripped over a literal bow and arrow on my way to the drum kit in the corner. I swiped my finger through a thick layer of dust on the cymbals. Okay, that's symbols. Okay, this is spelled Cymbals, isn't it? Sym, or is drum cymbals with a C? Someone let me know. Either that's a typo or I'm mistaken. Dad gave me this drum set for my 14th birthday. I can count on one hand the number of times I've practiced since then. Such a noisy hobby. The last time I sat behind this drum set I was in Arcadia Bay, in a house that isn't there anymore. Mum told me to keep it down and I was only too happy to oblige. The gift was always more for Dad than for me and he wasn't around to enjoy it. So in case any of you haven't seen seen me when I was reading the chapters earlier, sacrificing Arcadia Bay is canon in this book, though it's not canon for the overall story. Like, I think this book is actually canon to the Life is Strange comic. But, anyways, let's continue. I plopped down on the seat and ghosted my drumstick across the snare, eliciting a soft hiss. I know that I know how to do this, but without Izzy's eager face urging me on, I feel small and insignificant behind behind this mountain of rhythm I'm meant to climb. I set the sticks down on the floor, Tom, and dig my phone from my pocket. There's only one person I trust to help me with this particular problem. Hey, little drummer girl. Pixie, hey. Pixie's reply comes immediately and I sigh in relief. I snap a picture of the drum set and send it to Pixie along with a caption. SOS. Have you never heard of a dust rag? Step 1, cleaning, got it. But for real, what do? I haven't played in ages. Okay, for a start, you should tune the toms and your snare. You have to tune drums. Steph, teach me tradesies. I want to learn to be a game master. You've got yourself a deal. I take Pixie's advice and clean the drum set first. It's grueling work, but when I finish, the drums are a shiny electric blue. Hey, sweetie, find anything good? Dad pokes his head into the garage, wearing a beanie and holding a green juice. Thought I might take her out of retirement, I say, clicking the hi-hat open and closed. I used to be in a band, you know. He descends the stairs and comes to stand in front of the drum kit, eyes a little glazed over behind his glasses. 2, actually. The kazoo keepers don't count. We were very popular at office parties, I'll have you know. Dad crosses his arms and pouts. The corners of his mouth still turned up a bit, just like mine. All the years we spent apart after the divorce, and I'm still more like him inside and out than I ever was like Mum. Okay, well, outside the office parties. That's more like it. So what's the plan here? Please tell me you're not going to sell it. Nah, had something a little more exciting in mind. With a snap of my wrist, I start a drum roll. The snare rattles and whines. Maybe I do have to tune these things. I've joined the band. That's great, sweetie. Your turn. I point to the glasses in his hand, sides stained green with spinach or kale. What's up with the health potion? Ah, he looks from the glass to me and back again. You know, antioxidants are... I shake my head. Forget I asked. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. You want to try one? Absolutely not. More for me. He takes a sip and the twitch in his jaw says all too clearly he'd rather be drinking anything else. You're sticking around for dinner. I've got a colleague coming over I want you to meet. Is this a job interview? I narrow my eyes and push off the stool. It wouldn't be the first time he's tried to lure me into something career-related. Brochures left. Wait. Okay, sorry. It wouldn't be the first time he's tried to lure me into something career-related. Brochures left casually on my bookshelf and near weekly job listing emails. Dad shakes his head. No, nothing like that. Sorry, Dad, I can't tonight. I tuck the drumsticks into my back pocket and make for the garage door. I've got band practice. Izzy lives a few minutes away from Save Point in a light blue one-story house with a worn fence and overgrown hedges. She meets me on the back porch stairs barefoot and sporting a long-sleeved shirt made of sheer black lace over a tank top and big silver earrings in the shape of stars. She's holding a green notebook and an open can of root beer. Steph, she waves me forward, leading me towards the front door. What are you, a vampire waiting for an invitation? It takes me a second to follow my body lagging behind my brain as I take in the space. Her space. The walls are hung with all kinds of art. A grayscale oil painting of a sunflower, an old-school Rosie the Riveteer poster that says, "We can do it, we just don't want to," an abstract pink and blue blobs with the word gender cut out from what looks like a bunch of different magazines pasted upside down over the top. On the far side is a double-stacked bookshelf full of tomes with cracked, unreadable spines, bookended by a couple of glass whiskey bottles filled with swirling purple sparkles like a grown-up snow globe. So this is my crib. Izzy poses with her hand on her hip, over her hip, and over-wide smile plastered on her face like she's performing for a camera. Damn, I peer around the corner into a kitchen where matching dishware is stacked in cabinets with glass doors. There's a breakfast nook in the corner with a little potted rosemary and 2 candlesticks in the windows. This is totally cute. Izzy grimaces, eyes drifting to her phone. Sorry, my fingers worry the skin off my elbow. First time over and already I found a way to accidentally insult her. Absolutely killing it. Cute probably isn't what you were going for, huh? What? Oh no, cute is fine. It's a shared space, but my housemates have decent taste, she shrugs. Besides, I can think of plenty of worse adjectives. I raise my eyebrows. She has vocab? I contain multitudes. She lifts her phone and the sour expression returns. Astrid just texted. She and the others are coming by to pick up their stuff later this afternoon. If we want to get any practice in before they whisk the drums away, we should do it now. I nod and follow her through the kitchen and out a side door in the garage. Immediately, I can feel the izziness here. Power cords make a maze of the ground leading from the wall to amps, speakers and other electronics I don't know the names for. A dark red drum kit is nestled in the corner next to a large gold divider. It's pushed back to reveal the other half of the room. A queen-size bed against the wall with a purple bedspread and pillows that don't quite match. A desk littered with notebooks and gum wrappers flooded into neat chains and a large oak dresser with brass handles. Izzy hurries to roll the divider back out. Sorry, it's kind of a mess. Even if it was, I wouldn't mind, but it's clear Izzy does. She's already picking up stray clutter. A water bottle, a guitar pick, a sports bra. I want to tell her to leave it. I like her mess. Excuse me. I want to see any part of her she'll show me. Instead, I climb behind the drum set and test the tension of the snare. Bouncy, I say, my drumstick ricocheting off the drum with a satisfying thump. Way better than mine. I have to get it fixed up. Ring it over. Once these are gone, we can tune yours. It'll be easier to have them here for practice anyway. My heart jumps a little in my chest. We've only played together once and already Izzy's planning to do it again. Good. I'm glad she hasn't changed her mind. I adjust her grip on my sticks, determined to earn the faith she's placed in me. There's a loud crackle as Izzy plugs her guitar into the amp, followed by a melodious chord. Wait, melio, melodious. Oh, melodious chord. Sorry about that. She plays a couple more, testing each string and wiggling the tuning pins a bit before hitting the strings with the flat of her hand and looking back to me, brown eyes smiling. Okay, let's rock. And we do. Sort of. Izzy is more magnetic with an electric guitar at full volume. Sunshine filters in through the garage door, bathing her in dappled light as she sings, and I'm mesmerized. It shows in my playing for sure. I miss the hi-hat entirely a few times, and my right foot pedals the kick drum shakily, sorry. Still, it's the most fun I've had in a long time, and when the song ends, I can't wait to play it again. Okay, Izzy says after the last chord has faded. That's a start. I'm just stoked you said start and not end. I let out a nervous laugh and wipe a trickle of sweat already beading at my hairline. I'm super out of practice. Anxiety rockets through me and my other foot jiggles, rattling the hi-hat. Rattling the hi-hat. Izzy slides her guitar onto its stand before closing the distance between us. With me sitting behind the drums, she towers over me. Impressive, intimidating, intimate. Her gaze is steady, unlike my drumming, but as she catches my eye, I feel the energy inside me quiet. Her fingers close around the hi-hat and she silences the cymbals with a pinch. Okay, and it's spelt with a cymbals is spelt with a C again, so I assume that must not be a typo. And she silences the cymbals with a pinch. Slow down, Roadrunner. It's a marathon, not a sprint, she says, leaning in. Her eyes sparkle with reflections of the twinkle lights hanging up around the garage. Every cell in my body screams that I should touch her. I could just reach out, lace our fingers together, run my thumb across her knuckles atop the hi-hat. There's a loud rumble as the garage door lurches to life and I tip back, spilling out of my stool onto the hard cement. Oh hey, Izzy's voice goes small and quiet. Hey yourself, a voice I recognize, the singer from Vinyl Resting Place, Astrid. When I recover, clambering over the knocked over stool, I'm met by an army of scowls. Three girls stand at the lip of the garage. A blonde, a brunette, and a redhead walk into band practice. Wow, they added a redhead. I'm surprised because in these days, that in media and that, they're getting rid of redheads for some reason. Not sure why. So, a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead walk into band practice. I don't know the rest of the joke, but the setup sure slaps. You look good, Astrid, the redhead says to Izzy. Better than you sound, at least. A chuckle in three-part harmony echoes through the garage, and I realize it's me. I'm the punchline. Izzy doesn't join in. Steph, do you mind running to the kitchen to grab some sodas? Her eyes meet mine, imploring. I don't want to leave her with mean girls. I fight the urge to stand my ground. Instead, I round my shoulders and bob my head. Sure thing, I say, and head for the door. Not because I want to escape, but because she asks me to. The second I close the garage door, their voices become unintelligible. For all I know, they could be performing Shakespeare or reciting the digits of pi, or shitting on my drumming. It doesn't really matter anyway. It's not their opinion I care about. I trace my steps back to the kitchen to grab sodas from the fridge. There's a box of root beer on the bottom shelf with a sticky note that says Izzy in Sharpie. The whole fridge is organized that way, with stacks of Tupperware labeled Mariana, a carton of lactose-free milk labeled Bruce, and a bowl with some kind of quinoa-based salad labeled free to a good home. Turns out I hate quinoa. Satin. Hi? A voice startles the root beer out of my hands. They tumble to the ground, bouncing and rolling across the hardwood. Hi, I say, looking up to see the owner of the voice is a short, rainbow-haired white person with dangling earrings. Oh my god. Oh, they're just really checking all the boxes here. like a white-haired person with dangly earrings spelling out they and them, who, if I had to guess based on the vibe alone, is probably Saturn. Hi, says probably Saturn again. I'm tempted to say hi one more time just to complete the greeting do we found ourselves in, but instead I tuck my hair behind my ear and give a little wave. Izzy asked me to grab sodas. I swear I'm not just some random girl raiding your fridge. Oh, their face relaxes immediately. You're Steph, guilty as charged. Saturn, Izzy told us all about you. Good things, I hope. Saturn's lips curve into a grin. Oh, very good things. They bend to pick up a couple of cans that have rolled to a stop at their feet and set them on the counter. Might as well grab new ones. These will probably explode. They cross over to the fridge, grabbing two for me and one for themselves. Thanks. I motion to the fridge, balancing the cans in one hand. Can you pass me three more? Saturn's eyebrows shoot up. Thirsty? My cheeks flame and I shake my head. Astrid and the others are here to pick up their stuff. Oh shit. Saturn's gaze bounces over to the garage door and back. Give them the time bombs. They deserve it. They grab one of those cans from the counter and shake it more for good measure. I grin, emboldened by Saturn's clearly correct opinion. Yeah, they kinda suck, huh? Honestly, I never say it to Izzy's face, but we're all pretty stoked to see the last of them. Their music is great, but their personalities, Saturn makes a retching noise. I thought they were annoying before Izzy and Astrid broke up, but the past few months have been hell. Oh, I say, because what else is there to say? I guess intra-band dating can get messy. Sure, but this was definitely not your run-of-the-mill drama. Astrid is mean, and she's not quiet about it. Girl likes to yell, and not in a fun way. Saturn plops into a chair at the breakfast nook and opens their root beer with a crackle. I think Bruce was almost ready to tell them they had to practice somewhere else. He didn't like to pull landlord on us. Such a weird dynamic, since we've all suffered through college together. But now he's got this fancy tech job and makes more money than God. But it's his house. My eyes travel back to the garage and I swallow with difficulty. Maybe I should get back in there. Here, Saturn pushes the jostled root beer cans into my arms. Go armed. I only catch the tail end of Astrid's show. They make quick work of taking the drum set apart and loading the amps into Astrid's car. So by the time I return, everything's pretty much done. Well, see you around, Izzy, Astrid says, twirling her keys around her finger. Good luck with, you know. She gestures vaguely at the empty space left behind. Her eyes flit to me once more before she piles into the car with her bare mates and speeds off. Izzy looks deflated, her shoulders concave, eyes hollow. You okay? I ask, nudging her with my elbow. My hands are still laden with root beer cans, otherwise I might have been braver than I have reason to be and hold her hand. Izzy straightens up and clears her throat. Guess that puts an end to today. Says who? Izzy turns a bemused expression on me and says, I don't know about you, but without a drum set, what's the point? Well, for starters, drumming isn't the only thing I can do. I nod towards the open garage. The sun is still in the sky. It's maybe 4 in the afternoon, and we've got a lot of hours left in the day. Pity to waste them. I'm listening, Izzy says. What do you have in mind? How do you feel about pizza and nerds? The people or the candy? Izzy takes a can of root beer from my arms. Oh, it's going to be one that explodes, isn't it? Never mind, I love both. She pulls the metal tab before I can stop her, and brown fizzy soda shoots up in a geyser directly into her face. Called it. Yeah, I meant to warn you. Izzy wipes her sleeve across her face and blinks rapidly. I sure wish you had. Shit. Let me change first. Don't want to be all gross. Yep, take your time, I say, but they're not the words inside me. Wait. Okay, yeah. Take your time, I say, but they're not the words inside me fluttering against my ribs. I want to tell her she could never be gross. I want to tell her she's beautiful even when she's covered in sticky carbonated sugar water. I want to tell her to never change because I like her the way she is. A shocked Geordie meets us at the door a full 2 hours early of Critical Role night. It's our weekly nerd night where we crowd around Geordie's TV since he has the biggest one and watch the live stream. Geordie always makes geeky snacks and we play a custom sort of bingo with silly in jokes and the names of spell in each square. We bring an offering, I proclaim, as I charge into his apartment, dual-wielding bags of barbecue potato chips. Damn right you do, Geordie tilts his head curiously as Izzy follows me inside. Don't mind me, had an exploding soda can situation, Izzy gestures to her wet hair. Hope it's okay that I'm crashing the party. Steph said you do this every week. Geordie and I face each other, finger guns at the ready, and say the show's tagline in unison. Is it Thursday yet? I'll take that as a yes. We only play once a week, so we have to get our fix somehow. Am I right? Geordie leads us to the kitchen where he pops open the chips and begins pouring them into large metal bowls. You really should play with us sometime. My gaze snaps to Izzy, looking for a reaction, but she just reaches for a chip and shrugs evasively. Maybe she'd make a good rogue. Every Friday at my shop, invites open. I try not to want it too much, to bring Izzy into my world the way she let me into hers. I know tabletop RPGs are cool, and I don't need her to think so too. But needing something isn't the same as wanting something. Izzy gives me a thin smile. Wish I could, but I've got something else on Fridays. I steer myself for the disappointment that comes with a brush off like that, and try to smile like an ill-fitting pair of jeans. Oh, of course. Geordie smacks his forehead. You've got Shabbat. I forgot. Yeah, it's the one time I video call my parents every week, so I can't really skip it. Sort of an every Friday at sundown kind of thing. And why would you want to? Geordie turns to me, gesticulating enthusiastically as he explains. I got the invite a couple times when we were still in college. You will not believe the challah Izzy's dad bakes. I still dream about the fluffy texture sometimes. It's like a cloud made of carbs. Okay, first of all, extremely rude to describe delicious bread without having any to offer me. I give Geordie a look of betrayal. And second of all, the beauty of tabletop RPGs is you can play them on any day ending in Y. If you want to give it a go, we can play a short one-shout now before the show. Oh yes, please. I'll text Ollie. I bet he'd join in. Geordie snatches his phone from the counter, fingers typing across the screen. I glance at Izzy. What do you say? Izzy nods. Yeah, why not? I set her up with a chair, with a character sheet at the coffee table in the living room and immediately see the overwhelm in her eyes. Oh no, I'm having math homework flashbacks. Why is this so complicated? Steph, bless your heart, no. Ollie exclaims from the entryway where he's just arrived carrying an entire watermelon. You going to scare her off? He hands the watermelon unceremoniously to Geordie and crosses over to sit next to Izzy. Okay, we're going to do this, right? What's your star sign, favorite color, and your most played hype song? Oh, so hi, I'm Ollie. I'll be your cruise director this evening. Capricorn Purple. What? Yeah, Capricorn Purple. Ever Fallen in Love by Buzzcocks, and I'm Izzy along for the ride, I guess. Ollie looks Izzy up and down, eyes narrowed in concentration. Okay, definitely a spellcaster then. Warlock, I say confidently. Really? I figured Bard, says Geordie. Oh, come on. Izzy's way too badass for Bard, not Barb. So. But plus, isn't purple like the Warlock color? Yeah, but she slays on guitar. You two kitchen? Ollie points forcefully at the door. Izzy can make her own decisions without your commentary. Geordie and I grumble as we get to our feet, but once we're safely in the kitchen, Geordie says, $20 says she picks Bard. You're on. We're both wrong. After much consideration, Izzy decides to be a cleric. There's no reason a healer can't be cool, she says with a shrug. Can I buy a shield in the shape of a skull or something? You can have a shield in whatever shape you want. I settle at the head of the coffee table and do what I do best, improvise. You leave the temple in the dead of the night. No one wakes to herald your departure. It's only you and your faith. A flickering warmth at your chest like a purring kitten held close. You take one look back at the place you've called home all this time before taking your first step on the path to adventure. I offer Izzy a set of dice. She takes them and her lips curve into a nervous smile. Maybe if the dice roll in my favor, there will be room for me to come along on her adventure. Alright, that's the end of chapter 4. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. And so in a few days I'll be just reading the chapters from the beginning, like a more professional reading, because normally with the comics I did the non-commentary versions, but since there's no non-commentary versions for this novel, as it's a novel and not a comic book, I'll just do my best to read it so you don't have to hear me commentating, because I know some people don't like that. So that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.